Thank you for joining us here on Cardboard Content, where we aim to develop our skills and grow the competitive commander community. I cleaned all that for the video. Hey guys, it's me, Benedict. Thank you for joining us this week on Cardboard Content. We still have some games from Darkside, our Eminence event a few weeks ago. We have that coming up next. But I want to set aside some time and say thank you to our new Patreon, Matt. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate your donation. If you guys didn't know, we do have a Patreon. Patreon.com/cardboardcontent. We have 3 tiers for you guys to donate: a $1, $5, and a $20. The one Matt decided to do. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Wong, you as well, thank you so much. It takes a lot of time and effort, and where I want to bring Cardboard Content to events in the future, I'll take some cash flow, and your guys' patronage would be very helpful. Today's video is a longer video, but it's cut shorter like you guys liked. Probably a bunch of our videos when we're traveling and doing the media on event coverage will be this type of edits, and longer format videos maybe once a month. Want to win one of 4 duels, or maybe a chance to win a prize pool of $11,000+. Join us for Dockside Duels at Darkside on February 3rd, 2024. Also, with an association with TopDeck.gg, a Eminence event, TopDeck Championship Series. What is TopDeck Championship Series, you ask? It's a commander tournament circuit that runs now till August 2024. You can compete in the tournament registered with TopDeck Championship Series. Your accumulation of points will vary in accordance with the event tier that you participate in. Find these tournaments on TopDeck.gg. In late August, the top 64 players will qualify for a TopDeck Invitational and will compete for a prize of over $11,000. No tournaments in the area? Well, ask your local LGS to join as a partner to the series and host their own events, which will add to the still growing prize pool. For more information, go to topdeck.gg. Without taking too much of you guys' time, thank you. Here is our game. Enjoy. We have a Josh with Tivit, Corbin with Evelyn, then Weston with Inalla, and Tyler playing Najeela. Josh starts us off with a Misty Rainforest, fetching in a Rafine's Tower and saying go. Corbin says Exotic Orchard, pass. Weston starts off with a Mana Crypt into a Talisman of Creativity, and then a Brainstorm, putting down a Scalding Tarn, passing the turn. Tyler drops Steam Vents, Mana Crypt into a first turn Rhystic Study. Josh drops down a Spire of Industry into a Fell Warstone, and not paying for Tyler's Rhystic Study. Corbin goes Flooded Strand. Corbin passes the turn. Weston rolls for his Mana Crypt. Weston plays a Spire of Industry and says go, doesn't crack his fetch. Tyler rolls for his crypt, shocks in a Overgrown Tomb, then casts Najeela into a Ignoble Hierarch, and a Chrome Mox, exiling a Mystical Tutor. Josh casts Lotho, paying for Tyler's Rhystic Study. Corbin goes land, pass. Weston rolls for his crypt, unsuccessful. Weston plays a Mana Confluence, fetches a land finally, and then casts Spellseeker, triggering Inalla and Rhystic Study. Pays for the Rhystic Study, gets a copy, paying for it, and gets a Essence Flux and a Demonic Tutor, and uses the Spellseeker copy to attack Corbin. Tyler's turn, Mana Crypt, trigger, loses 3. Plays a Marsh Flats into a Badland. Cast Praetor's Grasp. Corbin responds by cracking his Misty, putting a Watery Grave into play, and casting a Tainted Pact, triggering Tyler's Rhystic Study, but paying for it. Corbin resolves Tainted Pact, exiling Orcish Bowmasters, Mox Diamond, Mox Opal, Blood Crypt, Badlands, Lotus Petal, Arcane Signet, and then a Dockside. Dockside goes to hand. Praetor's Grasp resolves. Tyler gets a card. Tyler moves into combat, triggering Ignoble Hierarch, giving him Exalted, and attacking with Najeela and a Warrior. Josh's turn. He casts Jewel Lotus, triggering Tyler's Rhystic Study. He pays, casts Aethersworn Canonist, but doesn't pay. Tyler draws a card. Josh's Lotho triggers. Corbin's turn. City of Brass into play, into the Dockside, triggering Tyler's Rhystic Study. Corbin pays and nets 9 treasures. Corbin casts Talisman of Dominance, triggering Rhystic Study and Lotho. Tyler nets a card and Josh a treasure. Weston's Mana Crypt trigger, successful, casts Detutor, triggering Tyler's Rhystic Study and pays for it, then passes turn. Tyler, successful with his Mana Crypt trigger, shocks in a Watery Grave. Goes into combat with just Najeela, getting an additional Warrior and an Exalted trigger, attacking Weston. Josh's turn, casts Imposter Mech, triggering Tyler's Rhystic Study, letting him draw. Corbin responds by sacking treasures and casting Evelyn, triggering Tyler's Rhystic Study. He doesn't pay. Evelyn hits play, and Evelyn gets a Verdant Catacombs, a Misty Rainforest, a Calling Ritual, and a Force of Negation. Imposter Mech resolves, targeting Dockside Extortionist. Josh nets a whopping 10 treasures. Josh casts Tivit, triggering Tyler's Rhystic Study, and pays. Josh votes for 2 clues and then treasures all around. Corbin's turn. Corbin casts Mana Crypt, not paying for Tyler's Rhystic Study, using Evelyn to cast Tyler's Calling Ritual, paying for Tyler's Rhystic Study. Weston responds by floating a blue mana. Tyler, 2 colorless, a black and a blue. Josh responds, casting Permission Denied. Josh pays for Tyler's Rhystic Study. Tyler responds by casting Intuition, the card he tutored for from Corbin's deck, getting the usual suspects of Savine's Reclamation, Underworld Breach, and Lion's Eye Diamond. Josh chooses Savine's Reclamation. With Calling Ritual still on the stack, Weston responds with Essence Flux, targeting his Spellseeker, triggering Tyler's Rhystic Study, and pays for it. Inalla trigger on the stack. Weston also pays the additional 1 and gets a second Spellseeker trigger. First Spellseeker will get a Tainted Pact, second one will get a Born Upon the Wind. Permission Denied resolves and counters Calling Ritual. Weston rolls for Crypt, is successful, casts Mox Opal, paying for Tyler's Rhystic Study, and passes the turn. Tyler rolls his Mana Crypt and is successful also. Windswept Heath into play, getting a Scrubland. Tyler casts Arcane Signet, attempts to move into combat, and Josh casts Cyclonic Rift Overloaded, triggers Tyler's Rhystic Study, and pays for it. Corbin responds by floating 3 blue mana. Weston responds by floating 2 colorless mana and 1 black, and Tyler floats 2 blue. Cyclonic Rift resolves. Tyler casts Mana Crypt, triggering Lotho. Josh nets a treasure. Then into a Rhystic Study, into a Arcane Signet, and then a Chromox, exiling a Ragavan. Passes the turn to Josh. Josh attacks with Tivit. He picks 2 clues, and then clues from the rest of the guys. Josh casts a Displacer Kitten, triggers Rhystic Study. Tyler draws. Casts Chromox, second spell, triggering Lotho and his Displacer Kitten. Josh targets Tivit with Displacer Kitten Everyone but Weston gives him a clue. Chromox imprints Dam. Corbin's turn. He casts Mana Crypt, triggering Tyler's Rhystic Study he draws. Corbin casts his second spell, Dockside, triggering Lotho, and he pays for his Rhystic Study. Corbin gets a massive 15 treasures. Weston's turn. He casts his Mana Crypt again, triggering Tyler's Rhystic Study, pays for Tyler's Rhystic Study. Weston casts Spellseeker, triggering Lotho and Tyler's Rhystic Study. Josh nets a treasure and Tyler a card. Weston pays for his Inalla trigger, netting a second Spellseeker search. With his searches, he gets a Chain of Vapor and a Snap. Tyler draws a card. On Tyler's turn, Tyler rolls for his Mana Crypt, plays a command tower, recasts Najeela, and goes to cleanup. Corbin responds to Tyler's cleanup and asks the table, have they seen the sequel, Cyclonic Rift 2? Triggering Tyler's Rhystic Study, Tyler draws, Cyclonic Rift resolves, and Tyler proceeds with cleanup. Josh casts Imposter Mech, targeting Dockside Extortionist. Corbin responds by casting his commander, Evelyn. Corbin gets a Grinding Station, Lotus Petal, an Ad Nauseam, and a Blind Obedience. Corbin casts a Rain of Filth. Weston responds by casting Snap, targeting Evelyn. Evelyn goes back to his hand. Corbin sacks 2 of his lands to produce 2 black mana with Rain of Filth, and recasts his commander, Evelyn. With Evelyn's ETB on the stack, Tyler responds with Snap. Evelyn ETB triggers again, getting a Fast as Oracle, Besiege the Mirror, Legolas's Quick Reflexes, and a Watery Grave. Imposter Mech resolves, targeting Dockside Extortionist, netting Josh 2 treasures. Lotho gets exiled to Chromox. Josh casts Static Orb, and then passes the turn. Corbin untaps 2, triggers Mana Crypt. Corbin casts Chromox, imprinting a Mental Misstep. Corbin casts Praetor's Grasp, targeting Tyler, then casts Phantasmal Image, targeting Dockside. The table talks about the spell. Phantasmal Image resolves, copying Dockside. Corbin gets 3 treasures. Since this is an Eminence event, the current player takes his turn and the round ends in a draw if Weston doesn't figure it out here. Weston casts Mana Crypt, casting Spellseeker, triggering his Inalla. Tyler responds by casting Swords to Plowshares, targeting Spellseeker. Swords resolves. Weston exiles Spellseeker. With the first trigger, he gets Pact the Negation, and with Inalla's trigger copying Spellseeker, Weston gets Burnt Offering, sacrificing Spellseeker with Burnt Offering and netting him 3 black mana. With Weston's remaining last 2 blue mana, casts Thassa's Oracle. With Thassa's ETB on the stack, Weston casts Demonic Consultation. Weston wins the game in regulation on his last turn. Congratulations to Weston. Since Weston on that game, it seemed like it was a long, drawn-out game. Good job to you. Thank you again for everyone for joining us here on Cardboard Content. We have a bunch of social medias for you guys to follow. Please like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. We have a Patreon. Thank you again to Matt and Wong for being such loyal fans. Till next time, guys. And you're here. You're still here. You don't know how many takes I did to finish this. I'm missing Magic. I'm supposed to be playing right now, but I'm recording this. So sad. Don't click this, or don't go here. I warned you.